Hey everybody.
Hello.
This is Minnesota Medleys. I am Jess.
I am Travis.
And thank you for joining us.
Yes, welcome. Welcome, everyone.
One and all.
Hey, last episode was
Fun.
so much fun. Bluefin Bay.
Katie rocks.
Yeah. Katie from Bluefin Bay joined us on an interview and shared her wisdom and her knowledge and just made us want to get up to Bluefin Bay that much sooner.
Absolutely.
Yes. So,
and it's funny because I feel like I know her, but I don't. But I feel like, we've talked with her and we watch her on Facebook and on YouTube and
there's
stuff,
that
but
friend.
have never met her in person, but I feel like I know her.
Yep, she's that kind.
Just that kind of gal.
So I'm gonna start off this episode with a very Minnesota thing and talk about the weather.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, today we're recording this
October
on
1st.
October 1st, and
2023.
the current outdoor temperature
Hot. 87 degrees. What?
87 degrees right now.
We
October
live in
1st.
Minnesota. What the heck?
Yep, don't worry. I heard that in about an hour and a half, it's supposed
It's
to
gonna
snow.
snow.
Yeah.
It
So
sure could.
we're good.
Blizzard.
Little
Blizzard
snowball
warning.
fight.
Blizzard warning coming right up.
Snowball fight with sunburn.
Snowball fight.
So, we are. This is a fun episode for me.
Yes.
Because I am interested personally in the lexicon of regions.
Yes, you are.
And just not things like accents or anything like that, but like what are phrases?
But you're good at accents.
Am I?
Yes.
Should I do one?
I know.
Did you know that since you and I met in 1986, I've been doing an accent the entire time? You've never heard my actual voice. Yep, surprise.
Right.
No, well, here's the thing. Today's episode, we are calling Gray Duck.
Gray duck and
Others.
others. Others?
And others. Others being that if you've heard this term, this word, or this phrase, you just might be in Minnesota.
Probably are in Minnesota
Yeah.
or near someone who is from there.
Yes, exactly. And
because I don't know if this has happened to you, but in other places where I have visited or perhaps like where you have lived, I've only strayed as far as Wisconsin. Yet people in Wisconsin seem to know I'm from Minnesota. And I'm not wearing Vikings gear or anything, but they can tell that I'm from Minnesota, even across the river in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But like in California, did people like in speaking with you, they say, "Oh, you're from Minnesota"?
Oh, I couldn't say two words, and people would say Midwest, and I would correct them and say, "Well, you're partially right, but yeah, Minnesota."
So we get singled out
because
pretty
when I
easily.
say the word Minnesotan, that will sound
Minnesotan.
It'll sound like Minnesotan.
Yep.
If somebody says to you, "I'm from Minnesota," you're like, "Oh my gosh, that's
You
thick.
betcha.
You're laying it on pretty thick there."
Yep.
Yeah, you betcha.
You betcha.
But you don't have to drag out a no like that, and it's
No.
still very. And after living on the West Coast for a while, when I came back, I was like, now I understand.
Yeah.
I understand why people from other areas of the country pick it out.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're kind of like tweaks off of it
yep.
for a bit. But so anyway, we've been working on this list and talking to people and that kind of thing. We had such a fun time yesterday with my one of my sisters and with my dad.
Yeah.
Talking about phrases and words. And
Oh my gosh, we sounded so Minnesota sitting around the table.
We
doing
did.
this.
It was so much fun, and you forget
Yeah.
how many there are. Probably because they are part of daily use.
Yes, it's like in our DNA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like, describe the color orange.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I do that?
Yeah.
I just know it.
Right.
I had to start off with this one because you do this often.
I do it all the time.
You do it all the time. And that, of course, is the word ope.
Whoop.
Yeah, ope.
Whoop. Whoop.
But you can almost like hope.
Yeah.
Exhale.
Yeah.
And you say ope. And it can be used for so many You
So many.
worked with kids for years.
I say
And
"ope" with kids all the time.
yes, like somebody misbehaving,
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
the wrong
no,
thing.
no,
Yeah,
no.
it's that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's the equivalent of, listen, you little brat.
yeah.
You know,
In those instances, it
in
can
that
be.
instance, yeah.
Yes. Pretty
Or
much.
yeah, or you could be a doctor's appointment. You know,
Yeah.
and you're looking at your phone or something like that, and they call your name. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
it's almost reflexive.
Right.
Okay, so what's the next
Yes.
one here?
Well, I mean, I went to school at University of Wisconsin Eau Claire, so only an hour and 15 minutes from home and therefore from Minnesota. I remember one of the first times I went to the dining hall with some of my friends, and I was like, hey, should we get milk or should we get some pop? And they looked at me like, excuse me? They were from Wisconsin,
Yeah.
but like eastern Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So closer to
Which
Illinois.
might as well be on the other side
Yeah,
of the world.
yeah.
Sure.
And they said, pop? Don't
Pop.
you mean soda?
Right.
And I said, well, pop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just always been pop. Now, I do know there are some states that people will say, you want a orange Coke or something like that.
I heard that's kind of a down south thing, maybe.
Yeah,
An
yeah,
orange
yeah.
Coke. Yeah,
yeah, orange Coke or whatever.
Yeah.
But pop is distinctly not even Midwestern. It's Minnesotan.
You're sure of that?
I feel like it is.
Okay.
And now I can't remember when I've asked for pop in Iowa. I guess we just need to do a road trip around the entire country.
Order carbonated
order pop
beverages
wherever we go.
Yep.
And see what looks we
right.
get when we get them and where are we.
We should have prefaced all of this
Yeah.
with these are primarily Minnesotan. We tried
Yes.
to make sure that these are Minnesota things because
Yep.
we are Minnesota medleys.
Correct.
But you know what? Everybody wants to be Minnesotan.
They do.
So if it's
Understandable.
spilled over
Yeah.
borders,
Yeah.
you can't blame people from other states from
It's true.
wanting to
It's true.
be us.
Right.
One of the most famous, of course, is You Betcha.
Oh, you betcha it is.
I love You Betcha.
You betcha.
Had you been when I brought this next one with you? Were you familiar with Jeet yet?
Yes.
You were.
When I read it, I thought, what is he talking about? Because it's written Jeet. Yet. But Jeet yet? Yeah, we ate at 5. Yeah. Yeah, we ate at 5. Thereabouts, don't you know?
A lot of our socializing, it revolves around food.
Yeah.
And somebody comes into your house and, you've wrapped up dinner and that kind of thing. You don't know if they have yet. So Jeet yet? Yeah. Or or trying to do it. Yeah. Yep. Let's, oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. And that one, it can be, oh, geez, or it could be, oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yep.
Your
mom's a good oh, geezer.
Yeah.
Your mom. Yep. Something that's just a little exasperating. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And you gotta.
And that's the use of it.
The O has to go. Oh.
Yep.
It's kind of got a little bit of a dip, a sigh
geez.
built into it. Yeah.
And it has to end in Z, but it can be a S sound.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be Z. So I love this next one, and it's just not used enough. Said it to my dad.
Yep.
And he's like, I haven't heard that forever. It's cripes.
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 Did you ever put sake after it? Because I remember doing that. Oh, cripes sake.
Yes.
But that gets a little close to...
Well, sake can come after a lot of
It
things.
can, but, cripes...
Which we... Cripes.
Cripes. For those of you who are curious, it's CRIPES. Cripes. That's the spelling.
Not to be
there.
confused with crepes.
Yeah, and then there's oh for crying out loud.
Which I love.
I say it all the time.
Either
that or I'll say oh for the love.
Yes.
But I don't, that's not
love.
Minnesotan. But oh for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And that is definitely exasperated.
For Pete's sake.
A number of these things are, yes.
For Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake.
Yep. And my sister said, or the close relative of Pete is pity.
Pity. Well.
For pity's sake.
Pity Pete.
See, and I always thought it was pity's sake.
Uh-huh.
It's not. It's pity sake.
Pity does not own the sake. It does not belong to pity.
Something that often can
But it
follow.
does Pete.
Hey, if you, our listeners, are writing these down, and I just would imagine you are.
You gotta be.
Getting ready for the quiz at the end.
Yep. It will not be multiple choice. It's fill in the blank.
Right.
Or matching. Mm-hmm. They don't do that much anymore, matching questions on quizzes and things.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been quizzed in a while.
Maybe they do now that I anyway.
Oftentimes following the pre-stated is I'm just going to squeeze past you.
Oh my gosh, I think I just did this. Almost squeeze past you, but at Quick Trip, I went to go get us lettuce.
At Quick Trip?
Yeah, I was just there, and the manager or somebody was like loading stuff in the refrigerator where they had like.
Did you really?
I said, I'm just gonna, but it wasn't squeeze past you here. It was said, I'm just gonna reach above you here. That's what I said. I'm just gonna reach above you here. He said, oh, you go right ahead. Just watch out for my big feet.
Were his feet in the air?
They were all the way up there. He was doing a handstand. Yep. No. He was on the floor, just laying there.
Well, at least you remember to start with I'm just gonna. Yep.
And if you were my dad, when he used to say like you gotta get the little in there. I'm just gonna squeeze past you.
Like there is effort.
Yes.
Is being used. Yep.
Well, you're squeezing
because you're squeezing.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, holy buckets.
Oh, holy buckets.
Why? There's nothing wrong with it.
Is it something about stuff draining out of them? There's a hole in the bucket.
There's a hole in the bucket.
Dear Liza Diller.
Yeah.
Easy for me to say.
But this is holy HOLY, not
correct.
HOLE-Y. Well,
no.
There's a hole in the bucket.
Right, but. That's HOLE.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you were saying WHOLLY.
I did not. There are
wholly and completely a bucket.
I was not saying. Nope. You, of course, in Minnesota, here up at the lake.
Up at the lake.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Somebody that lives, say, in Ely.
Yeah.
Do they say up at the lake? Would they say that? Well, maybe they would if they had a cabin, say, in International Falls.
Possibly. Or, well, they wouldn't refer to their home as up at the lake. We live up at the lake. Unless they're talking to somebody from down southern Minnesota. Or further south. Farther south.
All right.
But maybe. in the list a little bit later down, I say up north. That's a big Minnesota thing.
Up north.
We're going up north.
Yes.
And usually north is going to mean like mid-state, like around Bemidji or St. Cloud
and
north of there.
Yes. And what happens up north? Well, fishing happens up north.
Well, you go to the lake up north.
You go to the lake. You're
up at the lake.
You're headed to the cabin.
Headed to the cabin.
The cabin is almost always up north.
Yeah, not always on a lake.
That's right. Yep. Little side note here. I didn't make our list, but we oftentimes refer to one of the most beautiful places to get away in Minnesota is the North Shore.
Yeah.
I have heard, however, people that live in the area, in those areas, just refer to it as the shore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I've heard. And that would make sense. Mm-hmm. So we're going to move on now to the title track of this.
Ah, yes.
Which, of course, is Duck, Gray Duck. This whole idea to do this episode came from a fellow musician of ours, another violist by the name of Chris. He's in a string ensemble with us. And I was talking to him about Minnesota medleys.
Yeah.
And he said, are you going to do an episode about Gray Duck and its history? And I said, that's very interesting. Well, I wasn't confident enough to be able to do an entire episode and hold anyone's attention, including my own, on just Gray Duck. But I did look into a little bit. And by the way, thank you, Chris, for getting this
Many
rolling.
Thanks.
And Duck, Gray Duck in Swedish, from whence it originates, is actually pronounced Anka, Anka, Gruganka.
Thank you for taking that.
You're very welcome.
Would not have been able to.
They do, according to what I was reading from a few sources, there is Duck Duck Goose also played in Sweden.
It is.
Yeah, and apparently the version, if there's any difference between them other than words, this version is the one that's stuck in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And solely Minnesota.
Yeah.
Everywhere I read about Anka Anka Gru Anka, it is Minnesota only.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
It is, because that was the way to play it. There was so much creativity in that. Mm-hmm. Because I remember
when
going
people
around,
would tap you and say pink duck.
Yeah, or plaid duck.
Yep.
Polka dot duck.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
and then they'd try to do the green duck.
Yes,
yeah, that would always come in there. But so we were able to be creatively expressive when playing a childhood game, and I think that rocks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you then.
See you. Yeah, see ya then.
See
That's
ya
our
then.
next one. You
We'll
gotta
see
end
ya
with
then.
then. Not we'll see ya. Not see ya. It's we'll see ya
See you
then.
then. Mm-hmm.
Are you saying we'll see you then? Is then another time?
Then is probably another time. It's not.
Maybe it's not.
We'll see you then.
It's we'll see you then.
We'll see you then.
You know what? Oh, for cute.
Oh.
The next one is for cute.
And that's definitely when you're with your mom, or when you're with a grandma or something, and you're out shopping at a little boutique or something, and oh my gosh, did you see for cute. And it's usually very, very dramatic in a way.
Yeah.
That for cuteness is wow.
Yeah. Oh, for cute.
Oh, for cute. I can just see this on,
Now, here's one that speaks so strongly
yes.
to Scandinavian heritage. Ufta.
Ufta.
That is an excellent, excellent phrase.
It is.
I mean, you can see, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, somebody's car is really, really banged up.
Yep.
You walk by it, somebody points it out, you look at it, oofta.
Yeah.
To finishing a big meal. You sit back, put your hands on your stomach.
Which is way distended.
Yeah.
Oofta. Yeah.
It is.
Where'd I put all of that?
To so many things.
I find I shorten it sometimes, and I just go, oof.
No, there's no
just
time
leave the
for
da off.
Yep.
I can't get it out.
I love hearing somebody say Duluth.
Yeah.
Duluth.
Yeah, we're
going to head up to Duluth.
We're going up there to Duluth, up north there, don't you know?
Oh, boy, that was a lot.
It was, wasn't it?
Oof. We a lot of us say yeah.
Yeah.
Just, it is yes. JA, of course, is yes in more than one language. My dad talks about his aunts, my great aunts, a few of them, very Swedish, did the Swedish version of it, which was a yeah, and that's an inhale.
Oh, that is.
Yep, you say yeah. Mm-hmm. And we were watching something, or I was watching something that was all in Swedish, and sure enough, left and right, people are saying yeah. It's really interesting, and I have to think about it, but it comes very naturally to. Well, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Now, doesn't that have a little? Remember Valley Talk? Oh, for
oh my gosh,
for sure,
totally.
But Minnesota has its own FER.
For sure.
For sure. Well, don't you
Usually
know?
you have the O ahead of it. Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Don't you know?
Yep, those two really go well together.
Because don't you know? And I thought it was DONTCHA.
I don't think it is.
I was talking to my dad about that, and he's like, "No, the T makes it too hard."
Yeah, don't.
It's don'tcha. Don'cha.
Don't
you know?
Don'cha. Yeah.
Again,
pretty much.
We are just telling you, listeners, pronunciations so you can really sound them out, put the accents where they belong, that kind of thing. We have. You understand that? Well, pretty much.
Pretty much.
PURDY. Much.
Purdy.
Pretty much.
Purdy. Not Purty.
No,
Purdy.
My sister will use with some frequency partner. Pertner there.
Yes, Pertner there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she used it a couple of weekends ago when we asked, "Are you almost to camp?" Pertner there.
Pertner there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that's very, very Minnesotan.
Way to rock that phrase, Tamara.
Yay, tomorrow.
We referenced this when we did the Minnesota Goodbyes episode. Well, I suppose, and you got to have the leg slap in there.
The thigh slap.
Well, I suppose.
That means it's time to take 29 minutes to leave.
Yes, exactly.
That's what that begins.
Yes. Now this next one can go along with when you're in the boutique with your mom or a grandma or, some gals. Well, that's different.
Okay.
When you see something and you don't really have anything super great to say about it, but you feel like you have to say something.
Okay.
Well, that's different.
It's not being indecisive about it.
No. It's you don't
have
care
a
for it much, and you're trying to be nice about it. Well, that's different, or that's interesting.
Okay. So if you don't get for cute,
then
there's a good chance.
It could be
different.
Well, that's different.
Okay.
That's a different take on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this next one. Yeah. I had forgotten about this probably because I haven't heard somebody use this word, not exaggerating, for maybe 40 years.
Yep, but I work with kids and they still use it.
They still use it. And that is
yes. Budge.
No budging.
There's no budging. He budged.
Budged.
That means you cut in line in front of somebody else.
And that's Minnesotan.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
I have read that in many places. It was like a trip website about taking trips and phrases that you might hear. And they reference the fact that budge is a Minnesotan term.
Okay. And I was thinking, what would the alternative be? But I did just see a show recently where somebody referenced people cutting in line. Cutting
line or cutting in line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember when we were in line at Martha's Cookies and somebody budged?
Yes.
And I was just like, what the?
Total budgers.
Budgers.
And that for reference is BUDGE, budge.
Yep.
I've also heard lining up. This is a New Yorkism. A friend of mine says, get online.
Yes, online, not in line. You get online.
Not in line. You get online.
Is that Nicole?
Yeah, Nicole said that.
Okay.
And I thought, well, that's the term for getting on the internet.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's what that means to me. But anyway. Well, that's different. Oh my gosh, my grandma Joanne is so good at saying this next one. Oh, ish.
She is. I didn't even realize that.
She's so good at ish.
I didn't think about that.
That is definite Minnesotan right there. Ish.
Now, you did a little research into ish.
It's Norwegian, actually, and it means you use that word ish for something that is not pleasant or it is distasteful. Ish, don't eat that.
Is that is it a Norwegian word? Do you know?
I believe it's Norwegian slang.
Okay.
Perhaps. But we have definitely adopted it.
Yeah. Ish.
From the Norwegians.
Huh. Okay.
Ish.
All right.
And you say it with distaste. Oh, ish. Yeah. I mean, how can you not?
Well, here we're all just trying to be as good at it as Joanne.
Absolutely.
She's the bar setter. If you grow up outside of Minneapolis or St. Paul, you're headed to the cities.
If you're going there.
Yeah, head to the cities. No questions about where that is.
It's hilarious. I know, but everybody knows when you say, oh, we're going to head up to the cities.
I mean, people will occasionally say the Twin Cities.
Occasionally.
Well. Yeah, but you don't
we know they're both connected. We don't need to acknowledge that
cities.
They're twins.
Yeah. And there's more than one. Oh, gosh darn it.
Oh, we're running out of time. Gosh darn it.
Yep, gosh darn it. Good one. This next one, I don't know when the last time I would have heard somebody say this.
I've only heard it when someone is making a mockery of another.
And that is
darn tootin'.
Darn tootin'.
That would be instead of hell yeah or damn right. Darn tootin'. Because you can't use the word hell or damn.
William H. Macy's character in the movie Fargo, I remember him using the term darn tootin', and I was just like, well, he looks like somebody, his character looks like somebody that would say
exactly,
that.
Yes. Oh, no, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
You made the note about the Minnesota nice thing.
Yep.
Which is a variant of passive aggression.
Yep.
It most certainly is.
It's
fine.
But it sounds much more positive, doesn't it?
It does.
Minnesota nice is much more positive than passive aggressive.
I right, yes. And I anytime somebody says it's fine about something, I'm like, well, it's not.
Yeah.
You just know it's not. You know something has to be corrected.
If someone has budged in front of you in line, it's not fine.
It's not.
It's not. And then, you guys, I always say you guys. Okay, see you guys later. Yep. Love you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Which is just all of you people.
Yeah, or the southern y'all.
It's the equivalent thereof.
Yeah.
Yes. And we say guys, even though it's both genders.
Yep.
All genders represented. It's still going to be
you guys.
You guys.
Yep.
Oh,
you guys, this is I
suppose. So that list is at least 9, 12. Oh, there's got to be 30 things there. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, geez, that's a lot on there.
Cripe.
Pete's sake.
So good. Where it's going to take us a while to shut this down now, isn't it?
Well, it's Minnesota goodbye.
I want to remind everyone to please visit our website.
minnesotamedleys.podbean.com. Facebook page. Yep.
Minnesota Medleys. Email us, if you think of some more Minnesotan things, gray duck, along those lines, email us, please. We are going to be revisiting this subject sometime in the future because we know we've missed many. We know it. It's a rich history with a lot of fun linguistics.
Yeah.
So that's minnesotamedleys@gmail.com. Also want to touch base on our last episode, Minnesota Resorts, Bluefin Bay. Please check it out. We are always looking for more resorts to feature on future episodes. We are also always interested in a town that you may love that you'd like to hear us feature on a future episode. I will tell you this, we've got Winona in the works. That will be coming soon.
Not Winona, it's Winona.
Not Winona. That probably won't be our next episode, but it could be. Again, that is in the works. We also will be having a special Halloween episode, spooky stuff. So there's a lot to look forward to on Minnesota.
Kind of a spooky state.
There's great stuff.
There's some really cool stuff around.
You and I were already interested in that stuff, but it's given me the excuse to do more research, and it's so much fun.
I know.
It's just a lot of fun. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Please join us here again in another week. We appreciate you.
Probably have about a foot of snow at that time.
Probably about a foot of snow because it's now 85 degrees. Temperatures
dropping like a rock. I'm telling you,
Don't
folks.
you know? So nice to have you all back. We'll see you soon.
See you next time. Bye.